Hey Hotties, how you healing? How you feeling? I'm Zenzi. That sleepy baby right there is Midge. And this is Hotties Heal. Today we're gonna dive into expectation versus standards and why I think that expectation is the killer of dreams. Let me elaborate a little bit on that statement. It's important to know the difference between expectations and standards because oftentimes I believe that people will kind of use them interchangeably, where people have expectations, me included, for situations instead of having standards, and then you're disappointed. It's better to never expect for a few reasons, but the main one is because expectations are just beliefs and or assumptions that we make based on what we believe will happen in the future. Number one, this is not a good thing because the future is not meant to be known. And also the future is constantly changing due to gaining more information and the energy and just life happening. So when you build up these expectations, whether they be good or bad, you're oftentimes going to be disappointed. If it's coming from a negative place and you're projecting those negative things, you're gonna tarnish your experience just because it's rooted in fear. But if you build it up in a too positive way and something doesn't go the way that you want it to, you're also going to be disappointed. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation. The truth about expectation is that it is usually established based on past experience and societal norms and can wildly influence the way that we feel, think, and the behaviors that we embody. So if you have a negative past and you have these negative thought patterns already established, that's likely going to be something that you will project onto your future. And if you believe that's going to happen, that's probably what's going to happen. So it's just better to let go of that expectation. The reason that expectations can be so faulty is because they're rooted in assumption. And you know what they say about assumption? Assuming makes an ass out of you and me. And nobody wants to be an ass. Unless it's a big, juicy, fat one. Just kidding. Because you know what comes out of butts? Poop. And even though it's a natural part of life, it's not that great. You know what I mean? So it's just better to not. This analogy is just getting a little out of hand. So moving on from that. But yeah, don't assume. Don't set expectations. Instead, have standards. Standards are a set of criteria, guidelines, and principles that establish a basis for comparison and judgment. This is why it's important to make sure that you are aware of what your standards are going into any situation, whether it be personal, professional, or the latter. You know, have standards and analyze the situation in a more logical way and decide whether or not those things are meeting your standards. But don't go in with assumptions beforehand. Allow the situation to unfold naturally and surprise you, and then make a logical judgment about whether or not it meets your standards. Also, does it make you feel good? But until you actually are interacting with the experience, it's better not to set any expectations. Instead, uphold your standards and make sure that your needs are being met and you're feeling good about it. Through this process, then you will be able to properly and comfortably experience life. Because adhering to your personal standards can help you to improve in accountability, transparency, and overall quality of different aspects of life. And when you hold yourself to a high standard and anything that you interact with, you are also making sure that anything that is interacting with you is also taking accountability and being transparent, which is why it leads to better quality of life. So that's basically all I have for you guys today. Have high standards, not low ones, and don't expect anything. If you made it through the whole video, thank you for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.